Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Dorian Show. It is me, your fearful leader. There's a lot to be fearful of, I guess. You know, there's inflation. You got to worry about how you're going to afford a $15 latte. AI's taking away all your jobs. How are we going to travel? Spirit Airlines is gone. How are we going to afford to travel? How are we going to fly to all corners of the world to take our Instagram photos? How are we going to do that with inflation? Tell me. How can I afford to go to Dubai and take pictures of avocado toast while hanging out with the prince? I don't know. There's a ton to be fearful of. I haven't done a podcast in about 2 weeks, and that's because I didn't feel like it. A lot of people say that you should just post about something that you care about and that you're passionate about. And I guess that's true. And when I look at Instagram and I look at TikTok, I'm not on TikTok, but like when I look on Instagram and I look on YouTube, like where do people find this how should I say it, this enthusiasm to create content? It's crazy, right? Like I get it. Like, yeah, people do it for the money. If it pays you, if you get paid enough money, you're gonna be doing some crazy stuff on the internet. You know that I understand. But like, how do you do it in the beginning? You know, like that's crazy to me. Like I can't. It turns out I can't just open Pokemon cards on Instagram if my heart's not in it. You know what I mean? Like it's very hard for me to be something that's not me. It's very hard for me to not be myself. You know what I mean? Like I try one of the, what they call those, like a trial Instagram reel where they like show it to people that aren't following you. I made a video about like buying stocks and stuff, and I put it on a trial reel. I got like 4 viewers, dude. That's crazy. Whereas if I just put it on Instagram, I get a measly 300 to 400 views, which is nothing, I guess, for people that are getting like a million views. But how do they do? How do people like just do it with enthusiasm? You know what I mean? Like it's crazy. Like are they psychopaths, or I just don't got what it takes? I don't know. I'm not sure. It's even crazier. Like there's so many layers of entertainment on Instagram, right? There's like the layer of like that people are doing something funny, you know what I mean, getting a lot of traction, and they look in the comments, then that's more like content for you, and then you send it to your friends, and then everybody has a good time. But it's just crazy to me how much enthusiasm they put into it, you know, especially like I gotta give it for the ladies, you know what I mean? Like these Instagram models, should we call them? Like they are very enthusiastic about selling their body, which I was like, that's crazy. I can't even open Pokemon cards. Like, how are you shaking that thing? And some of them are not even getting paid, you know? Like they're just doing it for the love of the game. It's quite confusing to me. So recently, I've been really getting into the WNBA. If you guys didn't know already, I got season tickets to the Los Angeles Sparks, and I gotta say the team is not good. Like they are not very good at all. And I've been to every single game, almost every single home game, because it turns out the resale value is terrible. It's down the dumps, dude. Like I can't even give these tickets away. Basically, like I was like, "Hey, you guys want to go to this tickets for free on the house?" And then people were like, "Nah, I can't make it." It's a terrible investment, it turns out. But I've grown to love the team. I've grown to love women's basketball. Thank you to Caitlin Clark for that, who started my love for that. You know what I mean? The last couple of years, I've actually watched more WNBA games than the NBA games until this playoffs, thanks to the Knicks. Shout out to the Knicks in 4. But yeah, Dude, the Sparks have so many issues. I hope you guys care about the Sparks. It's just been what on my mind. It's been the topic of that's occupying my mind lately. Like I've maybe I didn't get a good view, but the team is not very good. Like they are terrible on defense. You know what I mean? Like they have really bad coverage. It seems like the other team can get whatever they want inside. You know what I mean? Like there's no help defense. What happens is like a bigger player just cuts into the lane and they get the ball and there's like no help and they just score either a wide open layup or they score in a smaller guard. So their defense sucks. And on offense, I don't even know what they're running out there. You know what I mean? Like Kelsey Plum, who's their point guard. You guys should really skip this if you guys don't understand anything about the WNBA. But Kelsey Plum, who is their tiny point guard, is basically the only offense they have. She creates everything for everyone else. She was hurt for like 2 games, and then for the last game I watched them play, they were playing. Who did they play? The Aces, and I get the Aces are the champions, right? The incumbent champions, but still, like it was so bad. The defense the Sparks put out there was so bad. Like there's no help D. Basically, the Aces could have gotten anything they wanted inside. And on offense, they don't run any plays. I don't even know what plays they are running. On offense, they really just rely on Kelsey Plum to create for everyone else. As small as she is, I gotta give her a shout out. Like she's a dog. Like she knows how to find ways to get to the bucket, which is very impressive, especially because she's going against so many bigger women. But yeah, when she was out, like I was like, dude, what are we doing? Like there's no ball movement. You know what I mean? Like no one could really create for themselves. Erica Wheeler's pretty good, but I think she could only go right. You know what I mean? And I guess Ray Burrell takes it to the hole, but sometimes she has trouble finishing. I noticed that when she drives in, she kind of avoids contact, which is not very good. You know what I mean? When I was in high school, like when I was coach, I wasn't a very good player, but when I was coach, when I was in high school, I was always taught to go strong to the bucket, right? You got to put pressure on the refs to make the correct calls. You know what I mean? And I mean, I couldn't dunk, you know what I mean? So I'm basically a WNBA player is what I'm saying, right? I just do layups, but you have to go strong to the paint, you know what I mean? You got to go strong. And sometimes, so what? You'll get blocked sometimes, but I don't know. I think it's better to try to get contact than try to avoid the block. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times, especially like players that are not as athletic, you know what I mean? Like they might get the block, but they'll probably foul you while you're going up for the layup. So that's what I see. Like there's no one that creates really outside of Kelsey Plum, who is very consistent. No one could really create for themselves. I mean, they have some good players on paper, right? You know, Dearica Hamby is good in the post, but she needs to be fed. I feel like she needs to be fed in the post, and she could finish at a pretty good clip, or she needs to be running toward the bucket for a pick and roll. But other than that, like if she gets the ball at the top of the key, she rarely tries to create for herself. She doesn't like drive in too much. And same thing for Nneka Ogwumike. Like she could hit the three. She's a good 3-point shooter. She's a good post player. If she gets it inside, she's really good. She's got a knack for the rebounds, which is all good things. But also at the same time, like she doesn't really create for herself. If she catches the ball at the high post or at the wing, she doesn't really dribble inside. Doesn't really drive in. You know what I mean? Like they have a couple of guards that kind of have ball handles. You know, Kelsey Plum, of course, Erica Wheeler, of course, Ray Burrell, and what's her name here? The girl that they just traded for, Ariel Atkins. They have handles, but they don't really create for themselves. They don't drive in. They don't pull into defense. You know what I mean? which confuses me because I'm like, why don't they start Cameron Brink? I feel like Cameron Brink and Ray Burrell should be getting more play time. Like right now, I think they start them both off the bench, but I'm like, these are. So number one, Ray Burrell actually tries to create for herself, right? So sometimes she might have trouble finishing the layup around the hoop, but at least she's driving in, and that keeps the defense honest, you know? She's attacking the rim, drawing in the defense, then she could either kick out to someone for a three or she could try to go for a layup. You know what I mean? Like she's wasted off on the bench. And Cameron Brink she's a great defender, number one. Cameron Brink could cover a lot of distance on defense. She makes the whole team better on defense. And they're not very good, even with her on the board, but because she's quick, she's 6'3", but like she has like long reach. She covers a lot of distance. She covers the guard really. She helps on the guard really well on the picks. And she could get to the 3-point shot for the help D, which is good. She blocks shots. I mean, she also has a lot of like bad tendencies, right? She takes a lot of needless fouls. She throws the ball away sometimes, a little bit careless with the ball, but she's good. Like on defense alone, she makes the team better, and they should be starting her. She played like 18 minutes the last game. She should be playing like 30 plus minutes, you know, as long as she doesn't foul out, obviously. And on offense, she's good too. Like she tries to create for herself. She's good with the pick and roll. She could shoot the three. But I noticed when she catches the ball at the top of the key at the free throw line, she tries to drive in. She tries to post up. She tries to create shots for herself, which she doesn't always make it, but like she's enough of a threat where she's like drawing fouls. She's getting to the free throw line. She's a good free throw shooter. So yeah, I think she should be in the starting lineup. You know what I mean? And same for Ray Burrell. You know what I mean? She's quick. She's athletic. She's long. She attacks the bucket. You know what I mean? I think as a starting five, Ray Burrell would be good with Kelsey Plum, her, Ariel Atkins, Cameron Brink, and Hamby should be their starting five, right? So now you have at least like two people that are willing to create shots. Ariel Atkins is a great wing defender. Cameron Brink and Hamby are two really good bigs. They could play the high-low. They both could kind of shoot the open shot. It just gives them more options. And then on defense, they just provide better coverage, you know. And I guess people don't want Nneka Ogwumike to come off the bench because they just brought her back. You can bring her back to come off the bench, but I think that might be the better move. You know what I mean? Like, I guess you could just have her come in for Kelsey Plum, but she's only playing like 15 minutes a game. Like, like a player like her probably needs more minutes to kind of get going, you know? I don't know. I really don't know what's going on with the Los Angeles Sparks. I feel like they need to have better plays. The coach probably needs to run plays for them. They're not running any plays. They're either just going one-on-one a lot. So the last game I watched, they're playing the Aces on Friday. This is going to release on Saturday, so they haven't played the Sunday game yet. They were just basically playing one-on-one basketball, it feels like. Of course, there are passes there because Kelsey Plum engages a lot. Oh, actually, the game before that, before the last game that Kelsey Plum did not play, I forgot who they played prior to the Aces game. No, that was the Aces game. They played Dallas this past weekend. Sorry, they played the Aces on Friday. No, they played Dallas Wings on Friday. Yikes, my bad. So Plum was back for that. They were playing Aces without Kelsey Plum, and the Aces were just they weren't even being challenged, you know what I mean? Like when the Sparks without Kelsey Plum, they're just taking jump shots. Like no one was really driving in except for Cameron Brink. A lot of one-on-one play. Erica Wheeler is trying to take it to the hole. You know, she's actually really good. Erica Wheeler, shout out to her. But she can only do so much. I don't know why they don't run like pick and roll plays more often. A lot of the time is like they kind of do a pick and roll, but like they don't set hard screens. It's kind of just like through the motion, and then they don't get anything, and then they take a bad jumper and they miss. They only get like one attempt. It's really hard to watch. It's really bad basketball. But with Kelsey Plum, they have a chance, and I feel like the Sparks really need to run a better offense. I don't know. But yeah, it turns out to be a very bad investment for me. My tickets are about $1,200, and within like a handful of games, I already spent $500 going to the game, eating at the games, eating at the bars beforehand. The Waymo cost is crazy, so I really only sold 2 games. I sold the opening night. I made $30 off of that, and then I sold the Sunday's game against Portland. What's Portland's team? Fires? And I lost $20 on that, but I guess it saved me spending more money at the games. But I guess this is a lesson about some things that you are sure of like might not work out, because the first 2 seasons tickets were going crazy because of Caitlin Clark, but I guess even for the Indiana Fevers, attendance have gone down this 3rd year for Caitlin Clark, even though she was hurt most of the season last year. So yeah, I couldn't even sell. I could sell those tickets when Caitlin Clark came to town, but it wasn't enough for me to. Like, I only was able to probably make like $50 off it. So I was like, I would rather go to the game and watch her play. So yeah, investments are never a sure thing. You thought, the WNBA is going to be a huge league. Popularity is at an all-time high. They just got this new collective bargaining agreement. Everybody's getting paid millions of dollars. And here I am just holding on to Sparks tickets that I can't sell. But the games are fun, so. On the flip side, I made a very good investment buying stock in the New York Knicks, right? Stock ticker MSGS. You get both the Knicks and the Rangers. Excuse me, I burped. Which is the hockey team. And when I bought the stock, this is only I bought the stock right before playoffs started. Like the season was over. They're about to start playoffs, and I heard this podcast. Some guy was talking about the value of the New York Knicks, and apparently, when I checked the stock, the market cap at that time was $8 billion. So for $8 billion, you could get the New York Knicks and the Rangers. Here's the thing: like the Los Angeles Lakers by themselves sold for $10 billion only a couple years ago. You know what I mean? And some would argue if the Knicks aren't the most valuable team in the NBA, it might be the second most valuable team. So you're saying it's only worth $8 billion? The Knicks is only worth $8 billion, and you get the Rangers. Like that's insane to me. So I didn't buy a bunch, dude. I honestly should have bought more. I bought like $10,000, which some of you guys might think that's a lot of money, and other people might think I'm poor. It doesn't matter. What should have mattered is I should have bought more, and I think I'm up like maybe $2,000 on it, which is 20%, which is not bad. But the market cap is still only $9 billion, which is insane. It's insane, and the Knicks are now in the finals, and I'm rooting for them by default because I want the value of the team to go up. If they win, the stock should go up a lot. I'm talking about like a market cap of maybe $15 billion between the Knicks and the Rangers, because that's a valuable team. I'm also rooting for them because I think this might be their only shot. Wemby is very good, and I feel like he's going to dominate the league for many, many years. With wins, too, you know what I mean? Like, I felt the same way about Orlando when Dwight Howard was playing there. I was like, oh, yeah, they're going to be good for so many years. And they were good, but they never won a championship. So, but I feel like Wemby is so freaking good. It's insane. Like, just defense alone, he's, like, probably the most valuable player ever. and he can play offense, and he can shoot the three. Sometimes he falls in love with the three, but he has skills on the offense. So I think he's going to win at least 3 championships within the next 10 years, to be honest. And even though the Knicks are up 2-0, I feel like the Knicks were playing like basically a perfect game to just barely beat the Spurs. So this is their year. Like, they have to win. Like, I don't even know if they'll be able to get back to the finals next year. As much as I love Jalen Brunson, and as much as I love Karl Anthony Towns, like, I feel like this is their moment, and they need to kind of, grab it by the balls, as they say. Like, this is their chance. They need to win 2 more games than to get the championship ring. Otherwise, they're gonna be out of the league. Not out of the league, but they're not. I don't think they're gonna make it back to the championship next year. With Halliburton back with Indiana, with Minnesota possibly moving over to the Eastern Conference, like there's just so much standing in the way, right? The Knicks played very good this year, but that's why I'm rooting for them. But yeah, this is me feeling like I haven't bought enough stock in the New York Knicks is kind of the reason why most people, including myself, should just buy the index, right? The S&P index. The index is really a good way to hedge against your own stupidity, right? To hedge against your eventual demise, your eventual destruction of your dreams. You know what I mean? Like, you almost can't go wrong with buying the S&P 500. The S&P 500, for those who don't know, is just a collection of the 500 best companies in the United States. A lot of them are international, so they're technically international companies too. And the index is low in fees, right? And if the stock market goes up as a whole, it goes up. If tech goes up, it goes up, right? And if tech goes down, it might not go as down as tech stocks because you own 500 different stocks with different industries and diversification. And this is the issue, right? Like what do you call? Hindsight is 20/20. Like, look, at the time, I was like, maybe I'll just buy $10,000 worth at the New York Knicks, and if it goes down a little bit, I'll buy more. I don't think it went down, and if it did, I didn't buy more. But now, looking back, I was like, oh man, I should have bought way more. I should put all my money in there. But that's because that's hindsight, right? Like, I didn't know they were going to go to the championship game. You know what I mean? I could have gone the other way around. It could have lost more value. I could have went from $8 billion to $4 billion. And I would be like, oh my gosh, why did I buy this? I'm dumb. I'm so dumb. And that's just the biggest point of why you should not pick individual stocks. I mean, I'm always going to buy individual stocks because I feel like that's just me. That's like the flaw in my system of me as a human being. Like, I'm always going to want to buy individual stocks because I'm seduced by the idea that I might be smarter than everyone else, even though I know for sure that I'm not. But yeah, everybody should just buy the index funds. It's less risky. You don't need to think about what you're holding all the time. That's what I do. Like, I think about stocks in the financial market so much, and it doesn't really help me at the long run. You know what I mean? Stocks go up, stocks go down. Sometimes I get lucky in a certain stocks, and other times I'm wrong. But I guess that's all I have to say for this week coming back. This is a short podcast. Only did like 23 minutes. It is weird. Like, sometimes I think I have more to say, but it's kind of weird talking straight into a camera. Instead of prolonging this, I should just cut it. You know what I mean? You'll probably see more WNBA content. To be honest, that's what I'm thinking about. WNBA, the NBA Finals, the New York Knicks stock price, and me doing stand-up terribly on the side. But yeah, I hope everybody's doing well. If you listened to this far, thank you for listening. I know I'm rambling. It's kind of a blur. It's hard to kind of bounce off ideas when I'm the only person here. But you got to start somewhere, right? Like, I enjoy doing podcasts. I'm just not very good at it for the moment. You know what I mean? But I think I can at least get better at this. And there's really no gatekeeper, right? I could just put this out there. Whereas in stand-up comedy, there's a lot of gatekeepers. Like, sure, if you're undeniable, you can get to the top. But there's just so many comedians, and there are people that produce shows, and they have to let you on the show. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? And maybe being funny is not the guarantee to get you onto a show. But that's for another time. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.